Hey everybody, I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. So, you might notice from the stream title that I'm a little bit defocused recently. I've been doing a lot of stuff that I just kind of wanted to do, and this is definitely one of them. I'm going to use streaming as an excuse to try to accomplish something I've never succeeded at in Lufia II. I'm going to try and make it to the bottom of the ancient cave. So, if you don't know anything about Lufia II, first of all, I would say it's a very... I don't know if it's underrated because I don't know how people feel about it. Like, I like it, but it's not a game that I hear a lot about. So I can't say if it's underrated or not, but I do say that it's a game that is, you know, it's not a Squaresoft RPG from the SNES era, so, you know, it probably didn't get that much press. But it is a fantastic game that I think has a lot of elements to it that are ahead of its time for the kind of game it is. Like, it has symbol battles instead of instead of random battles. It has something akin to like a limit break thing. It has equipment with specialized skills, and it has the ancient cave, which is a roguelike mode. It's a part where you can go in and the game sets you to level 1, and the environment is randomized, and your goal is just to stay alive for as long as you can. And it's fun, and there are 99 floors, and I've never made it all the way to the bottom. So we're gonna try it tonight. Let's go and get started. Bleh. There is my SNES. Go ahead and switch over. Y'all can hear, right? You hear? Not Smay. See when it starts. So make sure you can hear. Okay, yeah. Cool. So I won't get too much into that. And one other nice thing about this is that, like, you don't really have to know... Oh, it's kind of loud. You don't have to actually know much about the story to do this. Like, the ancient cave is kind of like completely isolated from the rest of the game. So I'll explain the bare minimum of what you need to know to make sense of it, and then we'll go from there. So got 4 characters: Maxim, Salon, Guy, and Descartes. And this is not the final party in the game. This is kind of like mid-game, I guess. One of the cool things about it is that you can go there with whatever party you just happen to have. So later on, there's a character I will get that has like a bow, and so any bow chests I might find right now, I can't use them, but once I had a bow character, I could. In terms of how these characters are laid out, Guy and Descartes are basically frontline fighters. They have no spells, they have no skills. They're just sort of like beat things over the head. Maxim is balanced, and Salon is more of a mage. So let's go ahead and warp over to Rubric. So there are sort of 2 things we're going to be looking for in the ancient cave. The first is blue chests. So while I said that this is kind of like independent of the rest of the game, there is one thing that sets this apart, and it's probably the reason that I continue to be interested in the ancient cave, is that if you find blue chests, like most of the chests and most of the treasure that you find in there, you can't take with you. But blue ones you can, and they're unique, I think, to the ancient cave. And so coming in here, you can find like cool stuff. In addition, while normally you start off with absolutely nothing, if you have blue treasure chests, you can bring those in. So you can see here I've got a bunch of like accessories. These are all blue things that I found in the past. And I have a mega axe, which is super good. Very happy I found that. But otherwise, I got nothing. I have no equipment. I have to find everything I'm going to get. So let's make you fast. Twist jewel. That does rate your speed, right? The car is nothing. I can give him a jewel, though. Why don't you take the blue jewel? You get silver eye, and you get the title jewel. Okay, cool. So now our goal is to find stuff. This is our hero, Maxim. There's an enemy. I don't want to fight it yet. I don't want to fight it yet because I need stuff. Oh, cool. I got I got a late game ice spell. I'm sure that will get a lot of use with my 23 MP. Can I even cast it? I'm curious. Can I even cast it? Nope, can't even cast it. Can't even cast the spell. Awesome, wonderful. Okay, so those are the stairs. That will bring me to the next stage, but I don't want to go there yet because I want to find stuff. Hi, Jill. Awesome. Okay. I like the fact that you have to like scavenge for like stuff because it makes, in addition to the floors and the monsters and stuff being randomized, the stuff you find is of course also randomized as well. And so some runs, like there was one run where I just couldn't find any equipment. I kept finding like spells and items and nothing useful. And so like even down on like floor 15 or whatever, I was still having people like just punching the enemies. It's very interesting. All right, so 80, 34, 32, 21. Where would you wear it? Oh, okay, so let me show you something else. You see how it says IP right there? An IP ability is similar to a limit break from Final Fantasy VII. The idea is that as you take damage, a little gauge builds up, and once it gets to a certain level, you can use skills. But unlike Final Fantasy VII, your skills are based on whatever you have equipped, and a single move doesn't necessarily use up the whole gauge, which is cool. It's one of the neater things I think in this game because it makes it so that you actually consider armor not just based on like its defensive capabilities, but also potentially on what IP abilities it has. So really, like, again, I think advanced concept for a Super Nintendo game. It's the kind of thing that I would have expected to see on the PlayStation. But admittedly, this game came out in '96. PlayStation had been out for 2 years, but still, I still think it has a lot to go going for it. So that's why we're gonna play it. Oh yeah, so we're looking for blue treasures. We're also looking for treasures called iris treasures. These are sort of like trophies, for lack of a better term. All right, I'm gonna try and fight the monsters now. And there's a... Oh, hey, hello, Lemon Lori. Welcome. Thank you for always stopping by. Appreciate it. It's nice to have someone that always comes up. How are the Game Awards? They're really good. Yeah, I think there's like 10 maybe pieces of equipment total, something like that. And right now I don't have any of them. But again, they're sort of like trophies, and so I want to get as many as I can. And those, unfortunately, are in just regular boxes. I think, if I remember correctly, they're just in regular treasure chests. So it's part of the reason why we want to make sure to open everything. Oh, they were good? That's cool. Again, I have no knowledge of the Video Game Awards, so I wouldn't know what to expect, but I'm glad it was fun. Good. Super great. Bye, Prego. Chop. Oh, that's another thing that this game had that was sort of advanced. You can, like, raise monsters to fight with you. Like, it's got a little Pokemon edge in it. Admittedly, it's pretty rudimentary. You just kind of level them up and, you know, you get them when you find them. You don't have to catch them or anything. So. It's rudimentary, but I think it's cool. Game also has like a casino in it and submarine stage. Now, I must also admit, I would be remiss if I did not mention the fact that this game is glitchy as all get out. There are lots of problems. There are problems with the translation, there are problems with the programming, There are lots of problems. But I still like it. I don't... Like, there's only one glitch that is really, like, high-profile messy. And that's, there's a part where, like, you go into, like, an underwater castle to find, like a sword. And, there's, like, one room that is literally just, like, garbage. Like, you can't see... Like, the ground is there, there are no enemies, so you can, like, if you just wander around, you'll find your way, but it's like wandering through the dark. It's just a glitchy mess. And it's the funniest thing, because you're just sort of like, oh no, did the game break? No, that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, I saw stuff about Sonic 2. It's got Tails in it, right? I'm excited about that. I like that. I like Tails. Tails is cool. Tails is a good character. Yeah. I never saw the first one, though. I heard it was actually a lot better than they thought it was going to be. Like, I heard it was better than people were expecting, which is nice. Always fun when something is, like, surprising in that way. I guess I should see it before I see the second one. I don't know. Dagger! Okay, cool. More weapons. Who can use that? Alright. You get the Mega Axe, you're good. 96, 61. You get it. Oh, here's one of the little glitches. So, if you push L or R, it toggles between characters. But it just, like, rewrites the text, so you can see now she has no equip more. So like the MOR didn't get deleted, so it's just no equip more. And Mega Axe. It's very silly. I know it's not perfect. I like this game, whatever, and I think it's worthy of attention. That's what I say. But yeah, I think the deepest I've ever made it in the ancient cave was level 51. And I think I did, because I got down that deep recently, and I was having a particularly good run that day, so I think that's the deepest I've gone. Never gotten all the way to the bottom. So, I'm excited to try. Give it a go. Bang attack. That, and I also don't want to move for a while. I made myself some Thai food tonight. It came out fine. It was okay. It was Pod CEO with chicken. Oh, I found a coma in a treasure chest. That's cool. Coma's the sleep spell. Actually, you know, with the way this game is, it might be the sleep. Okay, now, every once in a while, like some of the spell names in this game are kind of funky. Like, the spell that cures poison is called poison. So you cast poison on someone to cure them of their poison state. A little strange. So I would not be surprised if coma was the spell that woke you up from being asleep. But I think that would actually make sense. I think the spell for that is called awake, which is reasonable. Yeah, it was good. It was like it was a fine dish. I got it from a recipe book that I have called, like, it's called 100 Asian Recipes You Should Try Before You Die. It's a strikingly aggressive sounding cookbook. It's like, eat this before you die. And some of the ones I've had are fine. Like, I'm not really that big into Asian food, and that's part of the reason I got it. Because I was like, I want to try... Maybe if I cook the meals, I'll be more inclined to eat them. And I mean, that's usually the case. You cook a meal and you want to eat it. But I think with this one, it was the noodles that I didn't like. It uses rice noodles, which I wasn't familiar with. But they're kind of those, like, clear, glassy noodles that you see in, like, I found a dragon. I think that's a spell. There's another high-end spell. I bet it's another high-end spell. Yep, it is. It's the water dragon, though. So you cast dragon, and it's basically a summon. Yeah, the Ice Queen and the water dragon. Neat! What useful things! Way more useful than, I don't know, a healing spell? Like, in terms of spells, the things you want immediately, if you can get them, are either strong or stronger, which are the 2 basic healing spells, and rally, which is the revive spell. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a tough time. Especially if you don't get rally. Not getting rally is rough. But yeah, I'm sorry I got distracted. I wasn't familiar with eating rice noodles, and they were kind of like mushier than I was expecting. I found a pot. I found pot in that treasure chest. Blaze it, I guess. Also put it on your head. I think it's a hat. Yeah. You want to wear this? Is it a women's only hat? That's cool. 1996. That's cool. Glad y'all included that. Dragon Quest, you can put a pot in your head and it's no problem. Doesn't matter what reproductive organs you have. Anyone can wear a pot on their head. Hey, whatever. Talking about... Oh yeah, food. Anyway, I'm full. I'm very full of pod CU, and it was good, kind of. I also think that I ate too much of it. Have you ever had a situation like that where it's like, there's a food that you're eating and you're like, oh, it's so delicious, and you're like eating a lot of it, and then like afterward you're like, no, I would have enjoyed this more if I ate smaller portions. That's me and pizza, frankly. But it's also me with this. If I had had like a smaller bowl, I think I would have liked it more. Whatever. Cooking is important. I like cooking. And I'll tell you, it's a funny thing. I started to like cooking because of video games. Because I would see characters in video games cooking and I got excited. It was Minecraft. It was genuinely Minecraft that got me excited to start cooking. Ain't that something? I was playing like Pam's Harvest Craft on like my modded server. And I was like, I like cooking in a game. I wonder if I'd like cooking in real life. And I just started cooking. Just started gathering cookbooks, and it's like, I want to learn. I want to learn to cook because of Minecraft. There you go. I got everything here. On to the next floor. Yada. So oh, this horse wants me dead. Hang on, this horse wants me dead. Come on, horse. There you go. It's a mad horse. Ooh. Yeah, so the ancient cave here is actually a improvement on an existing feature from the first game. The first game had an area called the Old Cave, which was similar to this. It was like a cave that was very deep, and you could go deeper and deeper and deeper. But unlike this place, the Old Cave didn't like change your level or do anything like that. There was no like random element to it. It was just like a dungeon, and you could only go like 10 levels deep at a time. And it would as your level went up, like as your character level went up, you could go deeper and deeper. So I think this is a more fun idea than that one. So, 61. You need to Dekar. Also, Dekar kind of has Sonic the Hedgehog hair. I think about it every time I see him. He's like anime knight Sonic the Hedgehog. And I love it. He's also a big idiot. He's a big idiot who's absolutely convinced that he's the best at everything, and it comes back to get him a lot. It's funny, too, because, like, he's one of those kind of characters that, like, he'll do something and people be like, maybe it's all just a ruse. Maybe he's actually super intelligent and like, competent and whatever, and then he'll do something dumb afterward. Like, there was one time where the 3 other characters got, like, caught in a trap trying to save someone, and, like, the bad guy was gloating. He was like, ah, ha, 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 you fools fell right into my trap. And then Dekar was like, who fell into whose trap? And he, like, popped out behind him. And then the bad guy was like, oh, well, you're too smart for me. Guess I'll leave. And then Dekar walked into the trap. What an idiot. But it's fun. I don't know. You know, one other thing about this game... Oh, it's Irish treasure. Yay, y'all brought me good luck. Yes, yes, we have an Irish treasure. That's awesome. Iris pot, yay. It shines with all the colors of the rainbow. All right, yes. Yes, that's exciting. We might have to leave now. Well, I told myself before I did this that I was going to try to get to the bottom no matter what. But if it gets really bad and it looks like we're going to lose, I'll probably run away. Because there's an item called Providence that you can find in a treasure chest after level 20. So it just starts randomly showing up in treasure chests after level 20. And it gets you out of the dungeon. It's the only way you can escape from the dungeon. Other than beating it, I guess, but I've never beaten it, so I don't know. And so the game also has kind of an element of like how long, it's like a gambling thing where it's like how long do you want to stay in? Do you think you can go one more floor or alright, yeah, you go. He's got a dagger whip! He's got a dagger whip and no equip more! I'm sad that I haven't really been able to show you any IP stuff yet, but on the other hand, that means I'm not taking hits, so I can't complain too much. Hello, Eagle. Hello. No, hang on. You. Everybody attack over. So, it may not immediately be apparent, but there actually is sort of a front row, back row thing, both in our party and in the enemy party. So, Guy and Descartes right now are in the front row, meaning they do, as you'd expect, slightly more damage and take slightly more damage. Also, right here, the mosquitoes in the front row and the beetles in the back row. So it behooves you to attack the enemies in the front first. I like when games have a front row, back row thing. It's cool. Stupid horse. Cute. Actually, the front row, back row thing is one of, in my opinion, the major misunderstandings that people have about Final Fantasy II, which is, again, I feel like it's a game that deserves better than it gets. I think that people like to mistreat it, speak ill of it based on a few misunderstandings. One of which is the front row, back row thing. Basically, in that game, unlike most games that have a front row and back row, depending on which row you're in, there's actually like a complete divide in terms of who can attack who. So, for example, if you have a character in the front... Oh, I got a chopping board. I think that's another women's only item. Yep. Yep. Cool. Kitchenware. Neato. I mean, it's better than nothing. She's still getting better equipped than the men who do not deign to equip kitchenware. Got a high potion. Yes, so let's say in Final Fantasy II you put a character in the back row. That character cannot be attacked with cannot be targeted with physical attacks by enemies in the front row. Likewise, unless that character is using either a spell or a bow, they cannot attack the enemy. So this might initially sound like just sort of like a weird thing, but you can use the rows to manage the battlefield in a way that's very beneficial to strength training. Because like one of the, and I'm kind of yammering on about FF2 right now, I'll stop eventually, but one of the complaints I hear about FF2 relates to its leveling system. Oh, I got a deadly rod. I think that might be cursed, though. Is this good, though? It's not even good for you, really. Okay, no, don't use it. Don't use the deadly rod. Yeah, so FF2, if you don't know, is a game sort of like Romancing Saga or several of the other Saga games or Chrono Cross, where instead of traditional like static level ups after a certain experience threshold, you have the potential to gain stat boosts every battle. And I think for some people, and I know I'm kind of doing a straw man thing here by saying, oh, people, anonymous people don't like this, so I apologize for that. But, some of the complaints I've heard relate to, oh, okay, that's much better. She can use a staff. That'd be fine. Use a mage, use the staff. Yeah, oh, much better. Much better. Much better than a deadly rod. One of the complaints I've heard is that the lack of traditional level ups makes your characters wind up being lopsided. And the first time I played through the game, I had the same problem because I didn't view the battles correctly. In my opinion, you should try to make every battle you fight in Final Fantasy II worthwhile. Like, give you some sort of benefit. And the best way to manage that is by changing your rows. Because let's say, for example, you want to level up your defense or health. Well, if your entire party's in the front row, you've only got a 1 in 4 chance of a character really getting much of a benefit out of that. However, if you put characters in the back row, you suddenly make it so that that one character is the only one that can be targeted by enemies, and they are extremely likely to get a boost every fight. And this allows you to boost your HP really rapidly early on. And it doesn't involve exploiting glitches like attacking your own party or attacking and canceling or something like that. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I feel as though that sort of behavior is more aligned with what the game designers intended. Again, I don't want to yammer on too much about it. You see how that one looks weird? I mean, it's actually a mimic. Do I want to fight the mimic? It won't give me anything, it's just a fight. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight it. I don't know, I wish the game was more respected than it is, but anyway. How did I get off on that tangent? Why was I talking about Final Fantasy II? Oh, I was talking about rows. Yeah, I mean, usually, it really depends on the game. Like, in some cases, the different rows are really beneficial. In other cases, they're just sort of like, who cares? Who cares, really? You need it. Maxim, your stats are terrible, considering you're the protagonist in the game. Your stats are terrible, dude. Alright, what have we done? Axe, dagger... Can't get it. I don't know. Who cares? We just playing Lufia II. We just trying to get to the bottom. Never made it. Never made it to the bottom of this. It's like trying to find out the number of licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. Except I do know that. Because I did it. One day when I was bored, I just did it. I had nothing better to do. I was driving home from visiting my parents. I had like 5 more hours on the way, and I was like, what if I just figured out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? And I did it. And I know now. Yes! It was a very silly thing, but whatever. I learned a mystery that not even Mr. Owl could solve. Yes. In my infinite wisdom. Mr. Owl. I'm actually thinking of making a cartoon about it, which is why I have not announced the number. I have not elucidated you on the valuable amount. But if I don't know. I guess I could only say that one experiment yielded this number. I should probably do it multiple times to really get a solid amount, but it did take a while. I was licking for over an hour, so... And it's one of those things where, like, your brain kind of starts to numb after a while. Your tongue also starts to numb after a while, and you're just sort of like... Like, there were several times where I had to stop and take a break just because my brain was numb. I was like, what number am I on? Because I did not want to lose count. No. When you're performing a scientific experiment of such significance, you should not lose the count. Never lose count of the number of licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. Alright, are we done? Yeah, we're done with this 4. Okay. Oh, another cool... Oh, there was another door! Fudge! I hope there wasn't an Irish treasure in there. Stupid bowl. Was it a... Oh, it's another cool thing about this game. This game also has, like, it has, like, items that you use to maneuver around an environment. Like Zelda items. Like, you've got an arrow that can flip switches. You've got, like, a hook shot. You've got a bomb. All kinds of cool stuff. This game's really cool, okay? Go play it. I can really only speak for... It's funny, because I can really only speak for Lufia 1 and 2. Because while I have played a little bit of the GBA one, like the Ruins of Lore, I didn't finish it. Mostly because I'm just not that big into the GBA, likely. I hate to say that, but I don't know. Not that big into the GBA. These little kobolds are adorable. Look how cute they are. I got a bone. I got a bone. Get away from my kobold. Actually, it's a funny thing that these things are called kobolds, because I'm fairly certain they're supposed to be kobolds, like K-O-B-O-L-D. But I think I remember reading once that kobolds are named that because in the original Legends of Kobolds, bravery. I think that's a defense spell. Would you have guessed that the spell called bravery raises your defense? The naming is kind of weird in this game, right? It's a little strange. Yeah, I seem to remember I read once that in the legends about kobolds, they were so named because they actually protected precious minerals, one of which was cobalt. Flash. That's a lightning spell, I think. I think that might be one I can actually cast. Yeah, look at that. I can actually cast that one. Awesome. Okay, I gotta tell you all about a stupid joke I used to laugh about when I was a child. I still laugh about it. In Lufia 1, the first 3 offensive spells that Lufia learns all have a sexual connotation to them unintentionally. She learns do, flash, and bang. And if you put the word them afterward, it sounds bad every time. Lufia, flash them! I just get this mental image, because like the protagonist can't cast the spells, so all he could do in battle would be to yell for Lufia to do these things. Lufia! And of course, bang is the spell that hits everybody, so you'd have to say, bang them all! I'm sorry, I'm a child, I know. Oh no, it's coming to get me. That one. Alright. It was funny, okay? I was young. I was in college. But I was sort of young. What are you gonna do? Stupid jokes. I'm gonna kill this poison beetle. Mega Moth! Are you prepared for the Mega Moth? Side note, because I was eating some earlier. Might be an interesting deal. For those of you out there who are interested in... Wow, this is like the most boring thing I could say. For those of you out there who are interested in dried fruit, I found a really good dried fruit snack, and I like it. It's made by Sunmade, and they're just called Fruity Raisin Snacks. And, it's found at the grocery store. And I've only tried 2 of them, because I've only found 2 of them. One of them is called, it's like cinnamon apple, and the other one is sour blueberry. and they're so good. Or no, sour blue raspberry. Oh, drop my controller. Hang on. Oh, come back, controller. Yes. Yeah, it's sour blue raspberry. It's so good. It's like candy. It's awesome. Like when I was I first got them on that trip where I, made the amazing research about Tootsie Roll Pops, and I bought them because I'm like, I need to have like better things for the road, so I don't just buy candy. And so I bought these, which it is dried fruit, so it's kind of like candy, but they're so good. Oh my gosh, they're so good. They're so good. I kind of want to go get some more. Actually, we might take a break so I can go get some more. Even though, again, I am full of Thai food, but I want more. I want more food now that I'm just sitting. Oh, these imps are adorable. They're little blue babies. Kill them. Kill them all. Murder them. Murder. Oh, Guy, you and your mega axe. Completely cheating by having the mega axe. Kill the kobold. Kill him. Him and his derpy face. Cold shoulder checking situation. So that's a strange thing about this game. Sometimes enemies will sort of like waste a turn like that. It'll just say like something like cold shoulder or checking situation, but some of them are really funny. Like there's an orc monster that will just say oink oink checking situation, and it makes me laugh every time. Oink oink checking situation. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. Man, a lot of people died down here. A lot of people died down here. I got a cutter whip. Awesome. That's another weapon for Salon. Nobody else can use a whip except her. The whip with oh, it's Ivy's sword. Sword whip sword. Use it. Yeah, cool. Hey. Oh, okay. So this is the reason that I keep cutting bushes. Sometimes you find this. It restores your HP. That's very, very helpful. That can save your life. Save your life. I'm glad I found it. Yeah. I think there's also a blue one that restores your MP, but I can't say I've seen it recently, so I may be making that up. I mean, there's a blue one in the game. Like, most dungeons have a healing room, because there's no, like, tents in this game. So instead, they have, like, healing rooms where they have, like, an HP 1 and an MP 1. But as for the ancient cave, I don't know if there's an MP 1 down here. I feel like there should be. So, I want to kill this lizard. Lizard. A lot of the enemy designs are kind of adorable in this game. They're like super cute, and I love them. Like a lot of the enemy designs in this game. They're cute little lizards. They're all dead now. I love those. Those lizard. That scorpion. Look at that adorable scorpion with purple claws. He's all like, I'm gonna snap you. Uh-oh, people are starting to move faster than Guy. It's one of the nice things about early on with Guy is I can just give him the twist jewel and it makes him move faster than everyone. So I'm almost guaranteed to kill an enemy with the first hit. But once characters start moving faster than Guy, unless they get better equipment, they're not going to be that helpful. They'll be wasting attacks. You don't want to be wasting attacks in this place. No, you don't. So in other news, I continue to play Dynasty Warriors 3 in my free time. Really enjoying playing DW3 again. I tried playing DW5 last night, And I realized something is that, like, unless you actually make the jump from either the first collection to 7 or 8 or then 9, there's not a big enough difference to make you really stick with one of the older ones. You know, it's like the question of, for a long time people would say it wasn't worth it to play an Animal Crossing other than New Leaf, because New Leaf was so good and had everything the previous games had. That's sort of how the Dynasty Warriors series is. It's like, as you move forward, you only get more improvements, so it's kind of hard to go backwards. So I played DW5, I was like, no, I should stick to one Dynasty Warriors game at a time. So, sticking with DW3. Sticking with DW3. Right now I'm trying to get through the story mode of Zhang Fei, which is going well. I like Zhang Fei. I feel like he's the one that's neglected of the three. He has his moments. He has... Whoa! There's a lot of damage. He has the Battle of Changban, where he just yelled. He yelled on a bridge, and no one was willing to cross it. He's like, somebody want to cross this bridge? I'll yell at you! And they're like, I don't want to cross it. There's a scary man. The scary drunk dude on the bridge yelling at me. I don't want to cross. Is that it for this floor? Or a short floor? I think the shortest floor I've seen in this game was a single room with 2 enemies in it. So, that can happen. Anyone not equipped with something? Hello, skeleton. Look at these goofy skeletons with their pink swords. Look how silly they look. Why do you look like that, skeleton? You're like, I got me a pink sword. It's made of foam. Guy, why did you defend? Wait, what? Did I tell Guy to defend? I don't remember doing that. Oops. Oh, I got a wooden shield. Awesome. Okay. Who doesn't have a shield yet? You don't have a shield? 132. Maxim's stats are too bad. I'm sorry, Guy. I know you're fighting on the front lines with, like, nothing. He has, like, an axe and a jewel, and that's it. But Maxim kind of sucks back here. Sorry, man. Maxim kind of sucks, and we gotta give him what we can find. Ow. I mean, normally Maxim doesn't suck. Part of the problem, too, is they use the back row. You know, like, I have 3 frontline fighters in a game where you can only have 2 characters on the front line, so somebody has to be in the back, and I might as well maximize my damage by putting the more useful characters in the front. But it's just kind of frustrating, is it's like Maxim seems like he's weak. Ooh, these things are important. These are red cores. They're sort of like metal slimes. No, one of you stick around. Doggone it. They're very much like metal slimes, in fact. Alright, armor? Yep. Yay, he finally has armor! Hooray! Other than his rippling muscles. Guy actually shows up in the, in Lufia 1. Because Lufia 2 is actually a prequel to Lufia 1. And Guy appears briefly in Lufia 1. Which is cool. I like that. Put on this coat. It's a thick top coat. It has a very good IP. I still haven't really gotten to show you any IPs yet. We'll see it more once we're in more dance. They look like angry old men, don't they? They're like, "Arr! Back in my day, new Borgs were common, and wood Gorams." Yeah, the translation's got some issues. New Borg. What would that even mean? Like, what is that even a mistranslation of? New Borg. Watch out for the New Borg. Come on, one of you stick around. Yes! Yes, kill him. Kill him. Kill the one foolish enough to attack us.
Kill him. Yes. Do it. Yes. Yes. Oh, that experience so good.
There are other cores later on too. There's like a blue core and a green core, but probably won't be seeing them for a little while. Now keep in mind, you don't really have to kill everything like I'm doing. What I'm doing is more of a defensive strategy where I'm trying to gain as many early levels as I can and move forward in a way that prevents me from taking any significant damage. Because if I can win a battle without taking a hit, that's just like free experience, you know? Oh, yes, awesome. So probably a little later on, once I feel like I've got a better handle on fighting, like once I feel fully equipped and stuff, I won't be fighting every single battle, but at least early on it's useful to keep doing it. Side note, anybody ever done this before? Are there people out there, maybe some retro gamers who have played Lufia II? I hope so. Because again, I think it's a great game. This is actually my second copy of it, though, because my first copy finally conked out. Like, for the longest time, I actually thought that every copy of Lufia II was like my first copy. It was just like really janky. But I think in retrospect, that was actually just my copy was breaking down over time. Side note, boomerang is not a weapon. It is a attack item. So that's why I'm not more excited about the getting that. Where are you? But yeah, my old copy would like randomly delete save files and freeze up and like reset on its own and all kinds of things. So I bought a new one, or I bought a new old one. This was one that was I was actually just gonna buy a reproduction card, but then the people that I normally go through for reproduction cards surprisingly didn't sell this, which I find unusual. But I feel like, again, maybe this is me, this is my impression speaking, but I feel like it's a worthwhile game that people would want it, and it's not a super common game. It seems strange to me that they wouldn't have this game. But they have 50 million copies of Mario World. Every ROM hack under the sun, Mario World. I get a little sick of the Mario World hacks, but what are you gonna do? People like them. Yes, now you die, Cube. Kill the core. Kill the core. No, don't run away. No, stick around. Actually, since I noticed it, the whole like zero experience, zero gold thing, you don't see that too terribly often in video games. Usually, if you get nothing from a battle, the battle will just like end, and there will be no report. But the funniest example of that I can think of is in Lunar 2, I think, for the PS1, the Working Designs one. If you finished a battle and you got nothing for it, it would just say, "You didn't get jack." It actually said that too. I thought it was really funny. You didn't get jack. Side note, would you guys want to watch me play Lunar or Lunar 2 for the Sega CD? I have both of them for the Sega CD, and I've never played through them. I've played for the PlayStation 1 versions, but I've never played the Sega CD ones. From what I understand, they're actually kind of different. I don't know how different, but I don't know, just an idea. Me throwing out ideas. Yes, fight me and die. Ooh, tombstone, did they? Brave amoebas.
Kill them! Kill them!
Eat their delicious jelly cores.
What? Kill them! Kill them! Yes! Oh, so much experience! Hooray!
Yes. Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's a weapon for Salon. Ooh, that's even better because he can also use it, and it's good. Now they've got like closer attack power. Hooray! He's got a mega axe rip. And now he's got a dagger hip. Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah, do that. Wait, did he have a scimitanger? Hang on. Look at his scimitarger. Oh, I love it. It's such a minor glitch, but I love it. Back in my day, we didn't worry about glitches when we were newborns and wood golems. Actually, sort of a fun thing about the wood golem is that one of its special abilities is called MoeChicken, which I believe means Woodman Fist. They use Woodman Fist on you. Woodman Fist. MoeChicken. Skeletons are hilarious. Look at how dumb they look. They're so derpy. Why are their swords pink? Why are their swords pink? I don't know. Seriously, why are their swords pink? Is it supposed to be rust? What's the point? Why is it pink? With blood? Like, what's the idea there? Really wish I had a healing spell. Uh-oh. Oh, she dead, darn it. Alright, so one of the biggest downsides to having a character fall is that not only do they lose their life, they also lose all of their IP. So if like she had survived that hit, she could have actually used her IP on them. But alas, she did not. But she's back. It's okay. She'll take more hits and get pissed later. Alright. Boomerang. Hooray! I almost never use all the offensive weapons in this game. Actually, in a broader sense, I almost never use the offensive weapons in most, or the offensive like items in most games. I just never do it. I don't know. I'll use an ex-boomer. Formerly boomer. Whatever, boomer. Don't flash me. Fang attack! Yes, go and bite the will-o-wisp. Oh, it's pretty strong. Maybe I should use them more often. I don't know. Great. More offensive spells. Can't I just have a basic healing spell? That'd be cool. Or another blue treasure chest. Oh, well, here's a good way to do it. So you can see I've got diamond dust down here that's blue. And then I've got anodite stack up here that are white. That means that I have enough IP gauge for those, but I don't have enough for diamond dust. Yeah. It's cool. I like it because it like gives you another means to do like spells and stuff like that doesn't use MP. It's like but it's a there's no item that you ever get that refills IP. It can only be acquired through battle. So it's like a, I don't know, I guess it's like another type of currency, but I like it. I guess it's just what I'm saying. I like it. There you go. You can equip wood shields, plural, I guess. Potion. Well, it's still useful. Hey. You guys are so funny. Look how much like old men they look. Why do they look like that? It's very silly looking. Oh, jeez. Spill more water a little bit. You might also be seeing one of the other reasons that I've wanted to do this for a stream is that it takes a long time. From what floor Have we even cracked floor 10 yet? And we've been going for an hour. A long process, the ancient cave, but a worthwhile one. Ooh, I got secret fruit. Very nice. Do I have any long arms? So you can feed your pets various like I'm gonna change you to Russ. You can feed your pets various pieces of equipment. For some reason, they always ask for a long knife first. Like that's like candy to them, I guess. Knives. Ooh, I can use this skill. Okay, so I'm gonna use Diamond Dust. Diamond Dust is basically my kill everyone in one shot move. Pretty much. It's one of the items that I found down here. And it's just a strong ice hit that hits everybody. And as you can see, it does plenty of damage, and it uses up most of my IP gauge. So, but with Maxim, it's a great way to end the battle quickly because he's the fastest character. So, which is not something you see terribly often. You know, in video games, usually the main protagonist is not, excuse me, the like fast character. You know, like the only RPG I can really think of that has the protagonist as being like the fastest character, or at least one of the fastest characters, is Chrono Trigger, where Chrono starts off with an attack or like a speed of what, 11? I think something like that. No, is it? I think it's 12. I think he starts off with 12, but that's with the bandana. So it's kind of cool to see a character like a game where the protagonist specializes in speed of all things. It's a neat novelty, I suppose.
Twister.
Yes. I need Salon to... Yeah, I need Salon to get angry so she can cast magic. Oh, fudge. Dangerous.
Twister.
No, come on, dude. You have one healing spell and you chose to cast it on the guy who didn't need health. Re-energize me, please. Don't kill me. I don't want to die. I'm glad I survived. Okay. Drink that potion. Drink that potion. Okay. Let's go. Aqua Whip. Another weapon for Salon. Okay. Better than what you got? Nope, it's not. No others can use whips because the men will not deign to use whips. No, a whip is a woman's weapon, I suppose. In this lab coat, no one's willing to put it on because none of us are scientists. Go figure. Hello, sir. So these guys are orcs. They're supposed to be pigs. And I can see it now that like that little double like M shape right above the shaft of their like axes is supposed to be like their pig nose. When I was younger though, I saw it as like angry like an alligator face kind of like those like the teeth coming down. And I was very confused as to why that was the design they went with for orcs. It did not make sense to me. But now I see it correctly. And now I'm going to Diamond Dust them and nail that. Bam! So strong. Damn. A side note, the bush that has the healing spot underneath it actually does look different. I just slashed all of them because I don't want to accidentally miss it or not notice it. So, there you go. It's just kind of easy to miss. See, that's a great example of how you would use IP in a situation where you can't use magic. So right now, as I mentioned, I have no means of recovering my HP via magic, but since her coat allows her to use re-energize, she can heal us at no MP cost. All that it takes is just taking a couple of hits in battle. That's what makes IP so cool. It's such a cool idea. And I'm curious, people out there, if there are folks who know of other games that use this sort of use a currency like this, like not like in a way that's more complex than like one big super attack or something like that, you know? Like, I know that FF7 had different types of limit breaks. Like, a lot of Aerith's limit breaks are more like healing in nature, but it's just like the system is so robust in this that I really feel like it's something that other games can take advantage of. I'm curious if there are other games that did this. Blue! It's a blue treasure chest. I want it. Yes. The Gades blade? That's awesome! And I get to keep it! A sword possessed of the fearsome power of the evil Gades. Octostrike? Yeah, use it! Awesome! Oh, that's so cool. Actually, for people that are familiar with this series, that might carry more significance because Hades is one of the major bosses of the game. So I just found his sword in a cave. That's neat. And I get to keep it. It's blue. I get to keep it. It's so exciting to find blue treasure. Later on, there are also blue mimics, which are just cruel and hateful jokes. So you get so excited because you see the blue treasure chest and then it tries to kill you and you're like, no! Because of course you don't get anything from it. It's just a monster. Don't get into that sadness and pain, that is. So frustrating. Nope, that's not very useful. Death to you! Death to you! Re-energized. I also like the idea that, like, when Salon uses something like re-energize, which is attached to like the coat she's wearing, she just like walks over to Guy and like puts a hand on his shoulder and she's like, "Through the power of my coat, you will feel better." It's like, he's just sort of like, okay, cool, thanks. Oh, finally stronger. Wonderful. That's a healing spell. That's like your Cura, kind of. Look at these zombies. They just having a good time. Look at them dance. Look at them dance. It's especially funny because, like, as I'm sure you've noticed, the way that the game shows which enemy is attacking, well, they just kind of like reverse their sprite back and forth a little bit. So with one hand up like that, they really do look like they're just dancing around. Oh, very silly. Alright, I think that's all for this floor, right? Yep, on we go. We got blue treasure, though. It's all good. We found an iris pot and a blue treasure. So cool. And another rabbit. Ah, welcome, welcome. Feel free to lurk. Thanks for being here. Oh, you zombies. Why do you dance so? Look, it's the sad end to the Blue Man Group. This is what happened when people tired of their experimental art style. They sent them to live in the ancient cave where they would dance forever with skeletons and wood gorems. Descartes, can you hit something, please? It's a zombie, dude. You're wielding a great sword. Please hit the zombie. That fry... Descartes, come on. Dude, you're not blinded or anything. You're just missing a lot. Well, there's the exit. Fight the Blue Man Group some more. That's... Like, the skeleton's eyes are like their... I guess what's supposed to be their pupils aren't even pointing in the same direction. They got like wacky whoa eyes. Very silly looking. Why are the undead so funny in this game? Potion. Yay. Hooray potion. What about you? No. More treasure, please. No. Get the heck out of here. Hello, regal goblins. Where is your face? I get that you're wearing a helmet, but I can't figure out how it works. Exactly. It is a mystery. Look at his weird face. Kind of looks like an octopus. Oh, I should mention, real critical, since according to my little dingle here, this is the first time chat viewer. If you're unaware, and if you want to catch up on some of my other streams, since, you know, they only stay for so long on Twitch, in the Twitch description, there should be a link to my YouTube page, and I have a stream archive there. So, if you're interested in seeing more of my stuff, go for it. Otherwise, I'm sorry to have turned you away, and thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it seems weird to me that Twitch only keeps... Well, I was gonna say it seems weird to me that Twitch only keeps stuff for such a short amount of time. But on the other hand, Twitch is huge, and it's probably a lot of, like, that would be a lot of storage, so I get it. It's just frustrating, because, like, pretty much... Alright, no problem. Yeah, it's like, pretty much I only have, like, 2 streams ever up at a time on Twitch, because, you know, I stream, like, once or twice a week. So, I don't know. I want to make sure people know that they can catch it elsewhere. That's all. Hello. What are you doing? Ooh, fighter orcs and their Dobin. The deadly Dobin. I didn't mean to call you out, though. Feel free to lurk. I get that. I lurk in a lot of streams. Actually, something I saw the other day that I thought was a pretty clever thing. I was watching... I was looking through, like, another streamer's disc. Oh, we got a hat! And I got a hat. Put on the hat. Put on the hat. Hat down. Blue beret is go. Is that better for someone else, though? Well, you're wearing it now. Yeah, I was looking through, like, another streamer that I know about Discord, and he was showing some, like, new, what do you call them? Emotes that he was making. And, one that he had was just like a lurk emote. And I'm like, you know, I bet that would get a lot of use. You know? Oh, these things are scary looking. It's a big mushroom. Watch out for the mushroom. You know what's pretty funny about that is, like, based on the number of characters necessary in that name, they could have written mushroom, I think. Let me see. I think they have enough space to write the word mushroom, so they just really wanted to call it a mushroom. Am I right? No, I guess it depends on if that apostrophe is a full character or not. It's close though, either way. But yeah, just a lurk emote. Like, yeah, I could see that. I could see myself using that. It's a useful emote. Wish I had emotes. You gotta have a lot of people on your channel. A lot of people subscribe to get emotes. Well, relatively a lot. Depends, I guess. Sure, for some people they're like, what? What's that? Another 100 subscribers? No problem. I'm super popular. And then there's me. It's like, I'm a chicken who plays retro games. Nobody cares. But it's fun, so I do it. And thank you for being here, whoever's here, whoever watches this, either now or VOD. Thank you for doing that. Good, it's helpful. Makes me feel validated. Also, Maxim's gauge is maximized, so I need to use it on something. So some poor sap will become... Oh, trick. Okay, question. What do you think trick does? What do you think the spell trick does? And it is? It's attack power. The spell called trick raises your attack power. Just no connection. I don't get it at all. But that's what it does. I also forgot I got stronger. I should be using that. Okay, spells are great if I had more MP. If you give me the spell Absorb, then I'll start using them. That's your MP recovery spell. But until I have that, I'm basically only going to be using magic to heal myself. There's a big floor. A fatal hit. Okay. Anyone use that? A pickaxe that's often fatal to enemies. Okay. Salon can use it? Weird. Oh, it's like the poison needle. Is that so? Really? Is that where a lot of these strange names come from? Because Tweak makes a lot more sense. Like, I know that there are translation issues with this game, and I find them endearing, but that's fascinating. Thank you. Thank you for that information. I didn't know that. Are you familiar with this? Again, I'm calling you out, and I apologize for that. Are you familiar with this game, Real Critical? Like, are you a fan of Lufia? Because I was saying earlier in the stream that, like, I never hear anybody talking about this game, and I think it's a shame. I like it a lot. But I don't know. I'd love to hear that other people also like it. That's cool. That's the case. It's a good game. It's got a lot of cool things about it, including these wood golems that look like they're old men yelling at kids to get off their lawn. It's fun. Tuiku. Yeah, I get it. Tuiku. I can see that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, like, it's easy to make fun of it in retrospect, but I've heard that, like, with a lot of translators, because there's a website. Oh, well then, I'm sorry. I apologize. I am not a speedrunner. I am a slow runner, but I do enjoy this game. So, but yeah, like, I've heard that when it comes to translating, oftentimes translators will just, like, get, like, a Excel file with a bunch of stuff, you know, just a bunch of text in it and no context or anything, and they're just sort of like, translate it. And so they're just like, okay, this seems right, this is close. And in a situation like that appears to be katakana. So they know it's supposed to be an English word, but they also know that it's an approximation of an English word, and so they're like, what is this closest to? Sounds like a hard job, honestly, translating. It's like a very difficult job. There's a website called Legends of Localization, which is a wonderful website if you're interested in that kind of thing. But one of the creators of it, it's a guy or the color. Good guy. He's got an iron plater now. Wonderful website if you're interested in this sort of thing. But one of the guys in charge of it, who goes by Tomato, that's his handle or whatever. He's actually written 2 books about translation, or at least 2 books about translation. One for the original The Legend of Zelda, and one for Earthbound, which are just fascinating reads in terms of like learning about how the whole process of like translating a game and like translating just like with the Zelda one, which was the first one they released, they did a lot more investigation into like peripheral things. So like the change from an FDS game to an NES cartridge, and then like the additional materials involved, and then with Earthbound, because you know it's a bigger and more extensive game, he really just highlighted like almost screen by screen all of the text and explained like the background of it. It's really fascinating if that is at all interesting to you, so I do recommend it. And once again, that website is Legends of Localization. But he also did a book. Like some of the other books he did was he did one called Press Start to Translate, which was born of a very... Oh, I got the poison spell. Okay, can you tell me how the poison spell is a mistranslation of antidote? That's a rough one. That the spell called poison cures poison. And again, I'm trying to call you out. I'm not trying to, like, speaking as someone who frequently lurks, I'm not trying to drag you out of lurking. Yeah, he did a book called Press Start to Translate. Poison is cannot read katakana. Let's see. I see the first one has some little marks, so it's probably a po e sa. I don't know. What's the last character? I don't know. Whatever. I can't speak Japanese. Nor can I read, apparently. No. Okay, it is actually poison. Okay, well. I mean, the translator got it right. Just with no context, it's completely accurate. Anyway, yeah, this other book, Press Start to Translate, was apparently born of an idea he had where he was curious what it would be like to run an entire game's script through Google Translate and then reinsert it into the game and play it. And so that's exactly what he did. He downloaded the entire script of Final Fantasy 4/2 for the Super Nintendo and ran it through Google Translate and then reinserted it into the game and played the game and took pictures. And it's fascinating. And actually one of the things that was cool about it too was that he did it twice. And so the first time he ran it through and collected it, I can't remember why he did it the second time. He did it again, but in between the two of them, apparently Google changed their translation algorithm from what they were using before to a machine learning algorithm. And so he actually compared the original translation to typing while voice. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Again, I wasn't trying to drag you out so much. I'm happy you're here, and I will try not to force you to converse. Yeah, he compared all three of them. It's really fascinating. It's really fascinating, again, if that's your thing. It's honestly a large part of it is just sort of funny, because, like, I mean, Google Translate gets a lot of flack for not being a wonderful translation sometimes, despite the fact that I think we all use it. But some of the things are really funny, and one of the things he pointed out was that like one of the things that causes a lot of problems for Google Translate as regards like a fantasy game like Final Fantasy. I'm just gonna call it FF2 because I usually default to the SNES names. Is that it uses a lot of like fantasy words that don't show up very often in like searches, and so Google just doesn't know these words, and so like apparently a lot of things were mistranslated as like medical terms in various places. I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. If it's funny, again, I've said this multiple times, if it's interesting to you, I recommend it. I love learning about stuff like that, though. Like the stuff that goes into making games. Because I just... Especially... Oh, we made it past the 20, so I got Providence! Yes! I can now escape anytime I want. Hooray! And the music changed. Hooray! It's blue! Hooray! Dark Mirror. Okay. I don't know that one. It's a shield, though. Is it? It's not cursed, is it? It gives dark power. It gives out dark power. Okay. Husband or wife? Husband or wife? So, why don't you use the scary mirror? It is cursed! Ah! Nuts! What does curse do in this game? I'm sorry. Oh, I should have given you your engagement ring back. Or your C ring. Don't use the engagement ring. She's C ring! Ah, fudge, it was cursed. What does curse do in this game? I can't remember. Oh, you just can't remove it? Okay, well that's not terrible. It's not like one of the... Like, there's so many games where you have curse and it does, like, awful things. But if you just can't remove it, that's not terrible. I'm probably not going to find a better shield for it anytime soon. So, thank you. Yeah. When you use a curse lifter, it doesn't actually delete the item, does it? I think it just takes it off of you. Is that correct? I feel like there's at least one RPG I've played before that when you remove the cursed item, you actually lose it completely. Which sucks. I think that might be Dragon Quest II. Wasn't that great? Changes the cursed version to the uncursed version. Oh, so you actually do get to keep it. That's nice. Once again, Lufia II. Full props. That's a much better system than losing the item entirely. You should drink a potion, Axel. You should drink a potion. This game is so ahead of its time. It's so cool. Love it. Love this game. That's why I spent all that money to... Oh, I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna this Diamond Dust. I'm just gonna Diamond Dust all you guys. Get out of here. Oh, Diamond Dust. You're the best. Tough hide. Is that any better than what I got? I don't think it is. Yeah, it sucks. Got it. Actually, come to think of it, I wonder if the game will automatically de-equip the dark mirror when I leave. Because I've seen that happen before, where like when you leave the ancient cave, it removes anything that was a blue treasure chest. I wonder if it will automatically remove it, or if it will stick to being like blue. I don't know. Metal mail, as compared to the other mails we have. It's made from iron. Really making me question what the other things we've been wearing are made from. Oh wait. Can you touch? So I got that iron plate. What's that made of? If not iron. It is a mystery. Goodbye. Silk toga. Yes. Put this on. Wear this alone. The luxury toga. Power healing. Yes. Cool. Good stuff. Got. I saw a lizard man down there. Hello, lizard man. And also yellow man. I love the sprite design in this game. All the sprites are so cute. Why? What does this do? Ooh, that's helpful. Anything good? There's Vortex. Look at that. There's sand monsters. That should work well. Cool. Really use some more MP, honestly. Oh, look at these adorable little skull lizards. They're all like, stop! We have sticks. Do not enter our domain. We have sticks with skulls upon them. That's how you know we are shaming. You ever want to get across that someone's a witch doctor in a video game? Give them a stick with a skull on the end. It's the universal symbol for witch doctor in video games. Look, I've got a stick with a skull on it. That means I practice unorthodox medicine. Heal yourself, please. Or he's just dead. That's cool. Stronger. Ha! Move! Move! Come on! I've done it. Fine. Dive bomber. It's funny that one of my streams should be graced by another speedrunner. I guess it's because I play obscure games, but I find I often wind up with speedrunners on my streams. So thank you for showing up. It must be incredibly frustrating to watch. But let's see, who is I've had? Let's see, you're a speedrunner. I've had a speedrunner of A Boy and His Blob. I also had. Who was that other one? Just recently. It was a game I was playing just recently. Oh my gosh, what was it? Oh, Castlevania 2. Yeah, I also had a speedrunner of Castlevania 2 show up on here. It's just sort of funny. It's like, I guess when you play games that don't get played otherwise, that's what you wind up with. But it's cool. I don't know. As a non-speedrunner, it seems it's very foreign to the way I play games, but I think it's a fascinating process. Takes a lot of time, I imagine, too. What did I just get? Cloth armor? Okay, about that. Good. Love the music in this game. X Potion! Formerly Potion! What is it now? Now it's just sludge. Don't drink it. Ah, okay. Me to get you addicted? That's fine, that's fine. I'll stick to my slow running, thanks. I think the only game that I'm even close to speedrunning at all is a game that, or rather, let me amend that because I doubt I'm anywhere close to the actual record. The only game that I would say I exhibit any sort of speedrunner tendencies with is Super Metroid. Side note, I'm going to be playing that on my birthday, which is on the 20th. So if you want to watch me play Super Metroid, you can come back and join me for that. But yeah, that's a game that I actually do generally try to play quickly. Oh, it actually started me on the stairs. That was kind of confusing. Because like it felt very natural to step away from stairs after having gone downstairs, and then I realized, oh wait, no, never mind. Incorrect. A PB time. Sorry, I don't know what PB means. Oh, personal best, probably. Personal best, right. Like 115, I think. I don't know what percentage that was, though. But usually I try and get 100% too. It's just a game, like, since that's a game that actually encourages you to get through it quickly. Thank you. Glad to hear that. It actually feels like it's worthwhile to, like, it gels in my mind to try and go fast. Well, maybe I got it wrong. If it's sounding impressive, I probably got it wrong. maybe it was 215. I don't know. I think it was 1 something, but it's been so long since I tried to play the game without getting everything that I really don't remember how quickly it did. Maybe we could try that this year. I don't know. Because like I play Super Metroid for my birthday every year. It's just like a fun thing for me to do on my birthday. But do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I like that game. Okay, then that's probably not it. it's probably not what I got then. I doubt I'm anywhere close to the world record. Yeah. Is that with like glitches and such? Because I know that, again, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge of speedrunning, but I know that there are like different like tiers or like percentages you can do. Is that with like, and like some of those can be like glitch runs or no glitch runs? You know, if that's like a one or the other. Once again, I'm dragging you out. I'm sorry. You intentionally said you wanted to lurk in the beginning, and I keep asking you questions. I just don't often have people to talk to. It's nice. No major glitches. Okay. I just don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. But it's nice to have people to talk to. Especially people that know the game, the nonsense I'm rambling on about. I have to assume that frequently people are just like, yeah, keep talking, boomer. See, ex-boomer. I'm formerly a boomer. Then I got younger. It's like, yes, I was born during the war. Then I got younger somehow. I have Benjamin Button disease. Do I have anything else I can use? Free magic sucks, dude. I mean, I guess it's useful in the situations where it's useful, but like, there are definitely some IPs where I'm just sort of like, I don't want this. Free magic is one of those. I'm just sort of like, can't you give me something cool like bomb attack? Bomb attack is so broken and I love it. Just attack everyone at once for like almost no IP. Awesome. What are those bees looking at? All three of those bees appear to be looking up and to the right. Or, excuse me, flies. Dark. The darkest of flies. How long have I been? Hour and 30 minutes. At least I'm past 20. Moving along. That's good. Do I have any... I have an X magic. This is full. Stores a lot of MP. Stores MP. Do I have any magic jars? I have a magic jar. Magic jar! That kind of sucks. I thought they did that as nuts. Okay. Alright, moving on. Hey, he came through the door. I don't know that I've ever seen one go through the door. That's interesting. Sandstorm. Maxim is dead. I was not paying attention to his health at all. Fudge. I have to use regain. Do I have regain? I think I have one. Uh-oh. Maxim, buddy. Why do you look taller when you're dead? I have a miracle, but I don't want to use that if I can avoid it. There you go. Why do you look taller when you look so much taller when he's dead? Very mysterious. Oh, that's useful. Hello. Hello, bees. Why are you here, bees? I find the bees very frustrating because it's not immediately apparent to me that this fly is in front of this fly. But it is. This bee is in the front. Very strange. Dark force them. Force the darkness upon them. Do it. Do it. Do it. That Mega Axe is still doing some significant damage. I am a fan of the Mega Axe. The Magax, in fact. Out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Oh, hey, it's a dragon. Hello, Dargon. I kind of wish more games had like a strong counterpart to dragons. You know? Like, as a fantasy monster or whatever, dragons are fine. I feel like they're overused. Like, that was one of the cool things about Breath of Fire 1 as compared to the other Breath of Fire games, is that, like, if you didn't know, the Breath of Fire series has a great many different types of, like, races. You know, they've got the humans, they've got the Windians, they've got the dragons, they've got the diggers, they've got the grass runners, they've got, like, all kinds of different races. And, in the first game, the various races were almost treated as equivalent. Like, dragons were impressive, sure, but the other races had, like, significant, impressive things, too. And I like that more. I like it when one group does not stand head and tails above everyone else. It's sort of like the problem with, like, the Dragon Ball Z and the Saiyans. It's like, you're not a Saiyan, why are you even here kind of situation. You know, it's like, after a while, if you weren't a member of the Saiyan Club, you didn't matter. And I feel like that's stupid, honestly. I feel like that's like a frustrating thing. And I felt the same way about Breath of Fire. Like, early on in Breath of Fire, you know, in the first game, like, other races were significant. Yeah, sure, dragons were important, but they weren't like what they became in the later games, where by Breath of Fire 5, like, even having, like, a dragon gene in your blood was considered a curse, because it would mean that, like, you had too much power and your body would, like, fall apart or whatever. You know, it's like, on the one hand, I think it's cool the way Capcom handled the slow progression of strength in terms of the dragons. On the other hand, I kind of hate that they're so powerful. I don't know. But it is a cool story beat, so I guess I can't complain too much. It's cool the way they handled it. I just sort of wish it wasn't a factor in the first place. I want more cool Ox characters. And Mogu. And I want... What's his name? What's What's the thief guy's name from that game? What's his name? What is it? It's not King, is it? something like that. But he could like fuse with people. That's cool. More of that, please. I mean, you had fusion in the second game, but it was weird. Fusion in the second game didn't work. It's nonsense. I'm just rambling now. Probably gonna take a break in a second to go get myself a drink. Maybe some more of these fruity raisin snacks. They're delicious. The package is just sitting here taunting me. It's like, don't you want more fruity raisin snacks? I'm like, yes, I do. More than anything. Now, what is the point of giving me a stat boost down here? That's not helpful. Don't give me stat boosts. Fine. Guy. You get stronger. Kill! Don't you want more raisins? Like you wouldn't believe. I need better armor. My character is getting beat up real bad. That's the thing that's so dangerous about doing this. You never know what you're gonna get. So you might get cool stuff, or you might get garbage. If you get garbage, you're just sort of out of luck. Use the dark force. Power healing on yourself. Dark force. Use it. Use the dark force. I like that that is also an attack. It's like when I first got that Gloom Jewel, it, based on the description, Gale. That's not bad, I guess. Not absorb though. Hand axe. Is that the one that's just called an axe? I know there's at least one weapon that's just called an axe. Nope, not that one. Yep, not good for me. What was I gonna? Ooh, it's blue! Is it evil? I don't think it's evil. Yeah, well, this jewels. Okay, I've already got that though. I want new stuff. Though that is useful because that raises my speed by a lot. Something? I mean, I'm sure it was... Oh, the Gloom Jewel, right. When I first got it, its IP claims that it might cause instant death, and so I was expecting it to be one of those multi-hit instant death spells that either worked or didn't work, but the fact that it has the ability to do instant death and also does damage is sweet. I love that kind of thing. And you don't see it that often. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, fudge. Alright, Hi, magic. Hello. Kill you. I got in first because I accidentally walked through a door. Now you get diamond dust. Diamond dust! Take that, the first boss of the game. Times 3. That's always such a fun thing in RPGs where, like, late in the game you bump into... Can I post a link to an image in here? I think so. I mean, I don't have, like, a Nightbot or anything set up to it. Thank you for asking. Do you have something fancy here? Blue Shack limits. Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, I've seen the I knew about the red one. I did not know about the blue. Let's go and show it. Things are falling. Bleh. Welcome to my desktop. There, this is what was just sent. It is, so these guys here are the mimics, We already saw one of these guys that has kind of a green hue to it, and this is kind of more of a pinkish hue. Oh, and it's not shiny on the top. That's useful to note. Okay, so that'll give us something to look for. Might save my life. You're right. Thank you very much. Because the blue ones, I think, are also more dangerous. If I remember correctly. Where was I going? Down here. It's also interesting to know that they only really show up... Was that There's something really funny about this. The mud goblin's just like, hey, how y'all doing? You want to hang out with my giant flowers? And the flowers are just like, we can't be bothered to move. Just like they're just standing still, these Lufleshias. They have to assume it's probably mistranslation of Rafflesia. The golem's so funny. Look at him go. He's just bouncing around. Like the enemies that move next to the enemies that don't move always look really silly to me. Oh, another side thing that some viewers may not know is that you can actually determine what state, and like what state in terms of like status ailments an enemy has based on its movement. So like I think if they're sleeping, I think they move up and down uniformly. If they don't move at all, I believe they're paralyzed. And if they're moved like bopping around like all crazy, that means they're in a standard state. I think that's cool. Because there are a lot of RPGs where you can't know what an enemy's state is. Like Final Fantasy 3/6. Where you can cast status ailments, and on the rare occasion that you actually succeed at that, it doesn't matter because you can't tell. Oh, I found Descartes' sword. Again. Descartes, do you want this? He was like, nah, it's not as good. But it is my powerful sword, and I'm glad to have it. His love is his sword, according to him. So, there is that. Oh, no. He's asleep now. That was what he said after he was soundly rejected for a date. He said, whatever, I'm a warrior. My love is my sword. And guy was like, maybe you shouldn't say that to people. Paralyzed caused the trigger animation? Okay. I don't think I know that one. I can't say I really cast paralysis on enemies very often. Oh, no, I do know that one, because the immobilize causes it sometimes, and I've seen it before. But what's the one where they're not moving at all? Because there's some animation, or there's some status ailment I think you can do that where they just stop completely, isn't there? Maybe I remember that wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Why don't you heal yourself? Yeah. Oh, Mad Gorums. You're so cute. You just look like you're trying to...
It's like, hey, hang on there. Hang on, buddy. I got a question to ask you. Give me $5.
Sacred song.
Kill him. Yes.
Wow. Oh, again. No? There we go. Man, that Mega Axe is doing a really good job. Oh, no, I don't mean the one, like, the enemies that are static. I thought that there was a status ailment you could do. Because, yeah, there are some enemies that just don't move. Like the Fleshias and the Minotaurs, I think, also don't move. I mean, I don't know if it's a bug or not. As I was mentioned earlier, this game does have a lot of bugs, which I find charming. I like a lot of the bugs in this game. Because for the most part, they don't really interrupt the gameplay. There's only one bug that I can think of that's really problematic. Near the end, which has a plot component to it, so I won't go too much into it, but, chainmail's good. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like a... I've got a chainmailor! Like, isn't that funny? It's funny that you can switch and she's wearing her silk toga war. And he's wearing an iron plater. Metal mail. Oh, it's fun. I think it's fun. You can make the argument that it is, you know, it's questionable to be like, this game is glitchy, and then like have another game and you're like, I think the glitches are funny here. But I think that they're funny, and I like them. So yeah. And they're inoffensive. Yeah. Actually, on the subject of glitches, when I was younger, so I've been a big fan of RPGs, especially SNES RPGs, all my life because I grew up with them. And when I first started playing Final Fantasy 3-6 for the SNES, I had like I was a part of like a GameFAQs forum or something, and one of the things that they had on that forum was a list of they called it glitches and secrets, and he's like, "Go, my minions, destroy him!" The flowers are like, "Whatever, we can't be bothered to move. We're flowers." Yeah, and like a lot of the things in there were like false, but then some of them were true, and that's where I first learned about the sketch bug, which, if you're not familiar, in Final Fantasy 3, I'm just gonna call it 3. If you hear me say Final Fantasy 3, I'm probably talking about what is commonly thought of as 6. I call it 3 because the only version of the game I've ever enjoyed was the one for the Super Nintendo, and that's the one that's called 3. So there you go. But in FF3, there is a character named Realm, who is like a little painter girl, and she has the ability to. She has an ability called Sketch, which allows her to draw like an image of one of the monsters, and and then cast one of that monster's abilities randomly on a target. It's got questionable utility. It fails a lot, and you can't choose the target and stuff like that. But I mean, there's some places where it's really useful. It can also use skills that you would not have access to otherwise. So there are uses to it. Anyway, there is a monster in the game called a Gabbledack. It's a monster that exists in a town called Zozo. And this monster will cast the spell Vanish on itself sometimes. If you sketch an enemy that has vanished, usually what will happen is the game will hang up because it will try to draw a picture of an object that's not there, and the game will freeze and you'll just have to reset the game. However, there are a very few number of enemies, the Gabbledack included. The Gabbledack's the easiest one. That if you sketch them while they're invisible, the game does not freeze, and you actually have the opportunity to finish the fight. And if you either finish or escape from the fight successfully, wacky things will happen, primarily relating to your inventory. Your inventory will just be absolutely chock-a-block full of like random items, including like stuff you would not have access to at the point of the game when you can first do this. And when I was younger, I thought that you had to do that to beat the game. I just thought it was what everyone did to play this game, and so I didn't think any different of it. So there was always a point where I would glitch the heck out of my game just on the assumption that this was normal, and get like 5 million dirks to throw at enemies. I didn't know. It's a fun glitch to try, though. I don't know if it has long-term repercussions. I have not seen the long-term repercussions. About the worst thing that I know that it can do is it can potentially erase your save data if you fail to escape from the battle. And one of the things that makes it sort of difficult is that because of the nature of the glitch, after the sketching happens, while the game doesn't freeze, it also prohibits you from inputting any new commands. So the best way to make it work is to make sure you have at least one character who's doing something That's like a berserk action where they will automatically attack when their turn comes up. Because the time will continue to move. You won't be able to input commands, but if someone's already set to just attack every turn, then you're fine, as long as they can beat the enemies. The challenge there being that at least one of the enemies is vanished. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling about this, but it was a fun glitch, and I used it routinely. Actually, I am going to take that break real quick-alike. So, get up, stretch, get food if you're interested in it, and I will be back shortly. You're a horrible monster, Cybernator. That is a hateful thing to do to any chicken. Nice to see you, Cybernator. As always, this will be up on my channel afterward. Don't you go eating any chickens. Alright, we're back. Oh. So I got two things that are semi-healthy, and I got a soda to ruin it. I got more of those delicious raisin snacks. And then I got some smart food, white cheddar popcorn, and then an RC Cola. Because I need caffeine. Alright, back to work. Posted pictures of chicken dinners. Monster! I eat chicken, so. I too am a monster. Man, he's got nothing as IP except a silver eye. Maxim, don't die. I need you alive. But I got something. What did I get? A mystery pen? What was that? No. No. Come on, controls. That mystery pen? What did I just get? Yeah, I just got a mystery pen. Okay. Unless I got a major shield. I didn't happen to get a major shield, did I? No. That's fine. Ooh, Firebird. Another spell I won't be using. I don't know. Is it not coming up? Oh, hang on. laggy? Let me check my drop frames. My dashboard, sorry streaming stuff. Let me check my dashboard here. How do I find out how my thing is running? This is very helpful. Not improving things. Well. Alright, well. Hopefully it looks okay. It's not as... for some reason, it's not running... It doesn't seem to be running as smoothly on the stream as it is on my end. So, apologies if it looks funky. I'm definitely one of those kind of people that, like, when I see something even like slightly wrong with something I'm working on, I'm like, no, I must get it right. So I'm going to intentionally try to prevent myself from obsessing too much, but just know that I'm burning inside. Got that mist rapier. All right, can you use that? Yes, you can. Cool. Hooray, a knife. Everyone's favorite. Hello, snail. Die, snail. Oh no, a drill shell and cancer. Cancer? I know that cancers sometimes drop cancer rocks, which I don't think is the thing you should pick up. Man, this popcorn is good. Do y'all eat like bagged popcorn out there? I remember growing up, I would see bagged popcorn in like white cheddar popcorn or whatever in vending machines. And I just remember thinking, like, that's not popcorn. It's gross. It's not warm. Why would you eat it? But like, this is good. This is really good. This was just like one of the offerings in a variety pack of chips I bought recently, and it's really good. Delicious cheddar. Is that vaguely interesting? It's one of those moments where you, as a streamer, you kind of come to yourself and you're like, I'm talking about chips right now. Is there anything more interesting I could be talking about? No, not really. I mean, as much as I love this part of the game, it's a lot of the same. Admittedly. You know, it's a lot of the same thing. But it's fun. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, it's a pug! I love these guys! They're so weird. It's like a burning egg man. Come here, burning egg man. I fight you. Look at him. Look at how weird he is. He's like, why is my head on fire? It kind of looks like a chicken. Perfectly honest. It looks a little bit like a rooster, but it's called a pug for some reason. Makes as much sense as the pugs from FF3. Which I still think is a better name than Tonberry. I don't think much of the name Tonberry. I definitely don't think much of the name Dingleberry, which is what they were called in another game. Somebody mentioned that in a stream recently. What's that? Talking about Dingleberries. I remember. No, Tonberry's just like... I just don't think it's a very good name. I don't know. It's like, what's that supposed to be? Pug, though. Pug sounds like a weird little monster you'd find in a cave, right? Fits. It's a good name. Pug. I like it. Tonberry? It sounds like a fairy, really. It sounds like a fairy you'd find in like a... It sounds like a bumbling fairy you'd see in like a little children's movie. Like old little, or it's like old Tonberry, always forgetting where his magical spectacles were stored. You know? Something like that. I don't know. Something fanciful. Not a monster that will stab you with a kitchen knife. Of course, that's how it gets you. You think he's a really fanciful monster. Oh. These dudes shanks you with a kitchen knife. Oh no. Fiber? Gross. Ew. What is that? Sorry. Grossness. Something unexpected was in the food I was eating. Which is not a phrase you want to say very often. Frankly. Ha! Am I done on this floor? I think I'm done on this floor. Yeah, okay. I don't want to miss anything. I already got one iris treasure, which is very exciting. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything while I'm down here. Super Driver! Hooray! That's one of the weapons that is unique to the character Lexus, which I do not yet have, and therefore it is completely pointless to me. Hooray! Power jacket. That sounds cool. You want to wear this power jacket, bro? Yeah. Did that look good on Guy? I wonder if Guy's name is supposed to be pronounced Guy. You know, like the French way? Guy Montague. I always called him Guy. He seems like a guy kind of guy, you know? Tough guy. Hello, hounds. Why are these monsters not called the Doberman? You know? These actually kind of look like Dobermans. Could have called these guys Doberman. No, they call these hounds. Just a mystery. Found a miracle. In a box. A boxed miracle, in fact. Oh, you. Could you not do that, though? Come back. No. Oh, so professional. I am not a professional. Not at all. I am a hobbyist. I actually can't imagine how much stress it must be for like a professional content creator. I don't know. Kudos to them. It's gotta be hard. I don't even know. It's gotta be hard. I really don't like this monster. Something about its face is gross. Let's get some power healing up in here. Power heal guy. Use your tentacle on me. Ah. Thing take hard and get frozen, or that might have been the end of my run. Might be running a little bit too close to the line right now. Gold rapier! Hooray! I don't think that's as good as what I have. Yeah. I got my desk broken. That was a waste. Oh well, he's done. Oh, hello, devilfish. So these guys can be extremely dangerous. The ego fish. Because they have an ability that allows them to just attack everyone at once, and it can do a lot of damage real quick, especially if there are 4 of them. Got a light jacket. So is that a jacket that is light? Or is it a jacket that exudes light? Is the question. Hello, Medusa. Medusa, how are you? Crap off my desk. I'm pouring more crap onto my desk. Fortunately, this crap is dried fruit, so it'll be a little bit easier to clean it afterward. I got brave. What is brave? Guts. Yeah. Who wants their gut increased? You're fatter now. There's a palette swap of these guys that I think we fight later on. It is very dangerous. How can you get a critical hit that misses? Is my question. That was a critical hit. Like, it had the flash of a critical hit, and he missed. I guess that's a critical miss, but it's very mysterious. I always hate fighting enemies that specialize in instant death attacks. Because, like, well, I guess it depends on the game. But there are some games where, like, you were really... This just means you deal 0 damage, which can happen for a critical hit. Does that mean their attacks were just doing 0 damage? That's weird. Is that... I wonder if it's like a... Is it because they're attacking with non-elemental weapons that maybe these enemies can only be attacked by elements? That's interesting. I didn't know that, because I think Maxim and Salam both have elemental weapons and they're doing just fine. Yeah, that might be it. That's cool. Thank you. If that's the case, though, I should probably avoid fighting those in the future.
Super sword? Dude!
Oh, I think this is a... I think that might be a Salon only weapon. Yeah.
The super sword!
Hooray! It's super. Hello, lion. These are more static enemies. Why don't y'all move, lions? We can't be bothered. Why are all the enemies looking up and to the right, anyway? There's a fair number of enemies that are just looking up and to the right. Or trying. Heal me, please. Oh, right. X magic. Now heal me, please. Thank you. Actually, heal yourself, too. Physician, cure thyself. Thank you. Are we done with this? Really fast for? Oh, those raisins were so good. I want more raisins. Oh, hello, trolls. How are you? Oh, it's blue. Is it evil? It has no shine on top. It's evil. I learned that from you. I learned that that treasure is a monster from you. Thank you. What did I just get? No armor. That's fine. Oh, hello, Gnoms. Y'all are silly looking. I feel like you guys aren't bad guys, really. Like, they look like they're going to lead the way to a mountain hamlet. And then I just massacred them. They're like, please come and visit our village. You can partake in our exciting wares. And then I'm like, yo, whatever, dude. Just insta-kill him. Like a monster. I don't know if Dakar can do anything. Block, dude. Fight away. That's really interesting. That 0 damage thing. And you see, that's something I wouldn't know either. So I love it. I love learning that kind of thing. Thank you. It's very exciting for me. Yes, I learned something. Hooray! All right, what else we got? I don't want to fight the trolls. Found a potion. Right. Yay for potion. Still like that it's kind of laggy. Does the game footage look laggy on your end? I mean, I don't know if it's just my end because I'm currently streaming, but I hope it doesn't. I really don't. Look at these Duruhans. Jurahans. That is definitely a mistranslation of Dullahan. Right there. Right there. Dark Force them. Does that work? Duruhan. Actually, that same sort of mistranslation occurs in. Oh, well, that was a waste. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like it normally doesn't look like this. 30 FPS it usually works for me though. Well, sorry. Hopefully it's still entertaining. One of the things that's difficult is that like I don't always stream using HDMI depending on the system I'm using, and the last stream I did was a composite, I think. The three, the yellow, red, and white chords, and I had to switch between them for this one. I wonder if I messed something up as a result. I hope not. Really? Audio, video, audio. Let me check that. That's something I can actually fix. It's slightly behind. Yeah, I changed a little bit. I don't often have people here who can actually troubleshoot, so thanks. Are these guys wearing sunglasses? Some of their faces. Why do they look like that? Ooh, royal whip. Very nice. A whip that queens use. I don't think that's better than your super sword. No, that's not. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Right. It's like now that I know that, I guess I could try using a freeze ball. You know? Something I can hit everybody. Would it be a freeze ball? I have to figure out what these two can do. Whatever, Boomer. Big Boomer. Freeze ball. Nope. I like the idea that I use the freeze ball and then the thing's like, cool, and then just flies over and bites Maxon. Neato! I'm gonna bite that dude now. Don't bite Salon. Stop it. Want that? Found a frying pan. That's helpful. What's over here? Ha! Take that, plant life. Teach you for growing in a cave. Ha ha ha! What's this? There's a boomerang. Oh, there you go. Let me check something. Is it gonna work? I'm trying to see if that'll work. Oh, glitchy. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Okay, yeah, it's not going to let me do that. Highest FPS? Oh, fudge!